Good morning. I'm Gianni the Greek coming to you live straight from Las Vegas. It's Friday, June 28th, and we're going to dive right in. As you can tell, please excuse the appearance. Didn't even have time to go change the shirt or anything like that. This is the sleep t-shirt, more or less, and just got to get it out to you. Today is UFC Expo, the big day down there at the convention center. And I'm trying to get down there around noon because there's just so many fans and I want to kind of hang out. And I'm doing a show live, The Gambler's Perspective, at about 2 p.m. We'll be on the main stage, the Radio Row, doing the podcast. So please come on over and give some support. Introduce yourselves. I'd love to meet anybody that's in town for UFC 303. Yeah, good times, good times. If you checked out last night's show I did with Lucrative, that was a really good time, man. Those boys from England, they're something else, boy. Those Londoners are something else. He lives in New Zealand now, but he's a great time. Good people, really good people. Legit. I'm down with that for sure. So we had a great time. You guys can check that out. I'm sure it's on his channel. I'm not even sure where he was posting it, but we did a live stream. That was like, it was insane, man. Just really cool. So love you guys, whoever joined us. You guys were great. Again, want to thank you for all the support. And we're going to dive right in. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it short. That's usually hard for me, but I'm going to see what I can do because I do got to get going for today and try to get a little rest in before I get down there to the expo, because I want to have that energy, that ace energy that people want to see. I want to bring it, and the only way to do that is to be a little rested. And last night didn't get much rest, so I'm going to try to sneak in a little nap. But you guys don't give a shit about that. You're here for the gold, and I don't blame you because we are doing well. That's what matters most. Over the last 7 days, let's go over results. I always say you got to be transparent in this industry. Win or lose, you got to be honest. The goal is all of us are on the same journey, trying to be plus EV. And you got to be honest with yourself. You can't be honest with others. You'll never be even honest with yourself. And for me, it took a while to get there to where I was finally like, bro, you're not a winning sports bettor. You have the ability to do it. You have access to winning information, but you're bullshitting. You're not profitable. And you're not profitable because you don't know how to bet size correctly. Once I figured that out, man, the rest was easy. Life became so much simpler. It's like the holy grail of sports betting. And it's so easy. It's available to everybody. Like, you don't have to really even go hunt for it. And yet no one fucking bends down to pick it up. I just don't understand it. So over the last 7 days, of course, we're number one. I've given out 101 bets. I'm 64%, 76 units, 26% ROI. Again, that's just being on fire. That's going up in a straight line. That's not sustainable. That's great to see, but I'm not going to keep doing that repeat every 7 days, but I don't have to. We just got to cash more than we trash along the way. We'll have some chopping, some consolidation. We'll have some fluctuation. But when all the dust settles, you know what's going to happen. Exactly what's happened days of the last 9 years and should actually be 9 of the last 9 years. I'm really pissed about that. And as we sit, again, don't even have to do this every day, but I do. Let's go over the last 365 days because that's the goal. You're going to partner with me. You're partnering for a year or you're taking on your own risk. Meaning my goal is to profit year in and year out. Obviously, if you follow a source that's plus EV, you're also at a higher probability of winning in the short term as well. So I don't blame guys that jump on for a day, a week, a month. Again, I have no problems with that. But the goal of the Steam Room and the reason I stopped promoting packages and wanted to partner with people whose goal is to actually win long-term was for this exact reason, that we can look over the last 365 days. And if you're not profitable, then we need to figure out why. Because my results show that I have close to a 2% ROI on over 3,300 bets and about over 150 units won. What I said, my goal is to get to 200 units. When I'm at 200 units, I know I've increased starting capital by well over 50%. So if I could do that every 365 days, what better investment? Like, again, what investment vehicle is going to give you that kind of return? I don't know many. I don't know any. That's what I'd be doing. So again, the goal for me is to win long term. I'm happy we're winning right now. I'm even ecstatic that the last 7 days have been absolute fire. But, that's going to come and go. I don't get too high. I don't get too low. You see, I don't get crazy hyped when we're crushing it, but I don't get down on myself too much when we're losing either. Now when it gets really bad, you start to question everything. That's just human nature. But I always try to keep myself sane by zooming out. When in doubt, zoom out. And what do? I press last 365. Take a deep breath and say, okay, you know what you're doing, bro. You know what you're doing. It's kind of like when in blackjack, so many times where I've had to count my way, like a plus double digit, count, true count of a plus double digit in double deck to where you're a lock to come out ahead. And I've lost 5, 6, 7 straight hands of max bets to where I swear to you, while they're shuffling, I'm walking to the bathroom because always in high limit, they have little nice private bathrooms and shit. So I would go to the end of the bathroom, lock the door, throw some water on my face, like take a deep breath and say, bro, zoom out. Like in blackjack, I don't have the number in front of me, but I got to remind myself, just do the right thing. Remember, when you do the right thing and you bet size correctly, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they could do. Don't let them phase you. Don't let them make you emotional. Because when you're emotional, you make your biggest mistakes, both when you're feeling great and feeling shitty. Those emotions are not good to make decisions on. That's why I do things robotic. And I already determined my bet size on January 1st. And I don't change it unless I increase or decrease bankroll by 50%. So whether I'm winning or losing, my bet size is already predetermined. Unless I can't fight that demon on my shoulder that morning, I'm gold. I'm good. And that's what the Steam Room's for. That's what I reach in with my subscribers and make sure we meet up every single week. So I could remind them, just do the right thing. Just please do the right thing. We had a guy in there yesterday. That's my man, Ernesto. God bless. If you're watching, brother, I know you're on vacation, so you better not be watching. You better be enjoying your vacation with your family. You've earned it. You've earned it. Take a couple of days off. Even if it's our best 3 or 4 days, it's okay, Ernesto. You're long-term, bro. It's not going anywhere. The reason you busted your ass is so you could shut the shit off for 4 days and be present with yourself, your family, the vacation. My man started with $15,000 and he jumped in when I started the cold streak, kind of like, 3-4 weeks ago, think someone jumped in then. That's what he did last year, though. I remember when I started the Steam Room, I came out on fire. I gave it for free the first month and I was on fire. So many jumped on thinking I'm an ATM. Well, my man jumped on and I immediately got buried. I got to bet this. Sorry. I'm going to tell the Ernesto story in a second. Finish that off. This is a play I'm going to give you now because we're betting it. I already leaned that way. You ready? We're betting Texas at plus 115. Texas plus 115 on the money line and 3% play. And then also Texas first 5. Texas first 5. I'll take it up to plus 110. I'm going to give it out at plus 110 because I'm probably going to move this line as I'm betting it. So I'll take it at plus 110. And first 5, I'll take it at plus 105. So plus 110 and plus 105. And we're going to go 3% on each. 3% on each. Okay. All right. Sorry, I just got to confirm. So there you go. First premium play before we even got in. It's Texas. Texas full game. Texas first 5. This guy wanted a minimum price of plus 110. So I got to eat the 5 cents. It's okay because I like that Texas side. So I'm going to get him down. I like, guys that just start out, they'll cheat. Like if they'll say, oh, I couldn't get it. And then, bet it for themselves so they don't have to eat the 2 cents on every 100. But man, we've made so much money together over the years. Like it's the least I can do is get them down if I'm going to get myself down on that play. Even if I have to eat the 2 cents, that's fine. That's fine. Even if it costs me. You got to treat people right, man. You got to treat people right. Or no one's going to fuck with you. And most times they even know. I was talking to one guy a month ago and, because they give me the number to bet it at. And I said, dude, just so you know, Like the reason I always give the exact number is because a lot of times I'm not even getting that number and I got to eat it. So the times I get you a bigger number, a better number, I keep it for myself also, and it kind of balances out. He said, dude, that's obvious. There's so many times you get me down when I look at the board and the number's just not there. But yet you still manage to get me down. So I know that's what you're doing. So no, we have no problems with that. You give me the exact line. If you get better, you keep that for yourself, my man said. You keep those 2 cents on the dollar, 5 cents on the dollar for yourself. We're gold. I love people like that. I love people like that, not short-sighted. Walking over dollars to pick up pennies and shit. All right, so Texas, first 5, Texas full game, money line as a dog. There we go. Boom, got your first play. So back to Ernesto. My man started with 15 dimes. Obviously, he lost like 30, 40% of his bankroll immediately. Coming to the steam room every week, and I begged him. I said, please, dude, please. Like I'd even talked to Johnny, and I said, listen, if I don't profit at the end of the year, give this guy back his money. Please give him back his money. Like all of it. Not a freaking penny from this guy. I'll feel bad that he lost some money betting, but at least he didn't have to pay for the information as well. Anyway, fortunately, we didn't have to do that because that gentleman not only said, or I will do it. I'll do it. And he stuck to the 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25. He saw that not only did we recover what he lost, but that by the time the year ended, he was up significantly. So what did he do? He took money that he had saved or worked, and he added to his bankroll along with the profit so he could start betting more. See, he didn't increase his bet size. He increased his bankroll so his bet size is bigger. He kept his risk of ruin the same or lower. So he's betting more, but his risk of ruin isn't increased. And guess where he's at now? Up 38,000, he said yesterday. He's at from 15, so he's at 38. So he's won $25,000, $23,000 within a year. God bless you, bro. God bless you. That's how, and that if you bet size correctly, and now you continue to manage your risk efficiently, like the blueprint shows, they'll never get that back. Ernesto, they'll never get that back. Remember, we're working with a 20% risk of ruin. So 20% of the time we will go broke, but 80% of the time we're going to double our bankroll. Hopefully I double that bankroll for you a few times before we ever hit that 20% mark. So then you're so far ahead, it don't even matter. You just move that next bank right in because you have so much profit. The profit that you won last year doesn't go away. Like the money I've won at Wager Talk since 2017, all the profit, it's not gone. It doesn't just disappear just because I keep score year to year. And in the real world, it's real money. It's not units. So that money I won in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, it's still mine. Even though I don't get to promote it and market it, I still made that. All that profit's ours. So like Ernesto, 3 years from now, sure, I'm going to be talking about 2027. This is what we're up for 2027. But Ernesto's going to have 2023 money, 2024 money, 2025 money, and 2026 money. So even if we start off down in 2027, Ernesto's going to be sleeping comfortably because he knows as long as he rinses and repeats, he knows how the story ends. The same way it's ended all the time. So thank you for sharing your story yesterday, Ernesto. That was awesome. So, all right, I'm going to dive right in and get you some gold because I don't have questions. So I'm going to look at yesterday's YouTube myself and see if I could pull out a couple comments, a couple questions to answer for you guys. Just didn't have time, my girl, to print anything out. Like I said, I'm getting this out to you guys early because I got to take a little nap since I put in pretty much all the baseball, unless other stuff comes in, and get down to the expo. I'm off then. After I get down there, it's just a time to enjoy the MMA for the rest of the evening. And then there's going to be a industry dinner that I'm probably going to end up swinging by going to tonight as well. And it'll be the guys winning that from the gambler's perspective. So let me see if I could give you guys some winners before I get into these questions and comments. And again, please, 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 I beg you, take a second out of your day, go down, smash that like button. Please help support the algorithm on YouTube so that more people see it and share it. That's the goal. Like I saw yesterday, because I'm now, like I said, I didn't have my questions printed out today, so I had to go to yesterday's show or comments. She usually has them, so I'm able to see everything you guys are saying. And I see 1,100 views. Like that's a decrease. That's a decrease. Yeah, not good, not good, not good. So, you know, if we just lose interest, guys, I'll try to share some free stuff on social media. Like I said, go to Greek_gambler on Instagram. I'll probably put out an exclusive MMA free pick video there. Probably Saturday. If I don't get it done today, I'll have it for you guys probably Saturday if I find some time. And of course, Greek_gambler7 on TikTok. Okay. Oh yeah, I got to give you some of that gold before I get to these questions and supply. But I was a little disappointed when I saw the viewership dropping like that. That's not good. That's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. All right. Let's go. All right. Yankees, Toronto. We're going to go under 8.5. We're going to go under 8.5. We're even going to lay minus 125 to do that. Now, again, if you could get under 8 at plus money, that's the way to go. Because if I cash, the worst you're going to do is push. Remember, if I was going under 8, you can't go under 7.5. I mean, you could, depending on your risk tolerance, but I could push and you could lose. In this case, that's not it. If I lose, we both lose. If I win, the worst you could do is push. So I would even go under 8 if I couldn't find the 8.5 at minus 122. I think I laid 120. I'll tell you right now what we laid. I got the groups down at minus 120. But I gave it out at I gave the groups down, excuse me, minus 115. I got us down at minus 120. I would go 125. I would go 5 cents over because I think it's a really good play at 8.5. Let me see what else I could give you. No, I don't like that one. I don't love it. I don't love it. Okay. You know what? I'm going to give you Miami again. Miami again over the Phillies. We're going to take Miami on the money line. That's right. That's a 3% play on Miami plus 190. We got plus 200, but 190 or better, you're good. 190 or better, you're good. And we also took plus 1.5. There, you want to lay 110. You want to lay 110. You don't want to go much higher than that because I got them down at even money. So I'll take a 2% worse implied win probability on the run line on a game like that, especially when I'm seeing pressure on the under. I also like the under in that game. So because of that, I'll take a little worse number because I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Less runs mean each run I get is worth more. Like getting a run and a half when the total's 12 doesn't mean as much as getting a run and a half if the total's 6.5, where only 6 runs are expected to be scored. Getting 1.5 means a lot. 12 runs expected to be scored, not so much. So there you go with some baseball. I gave you Texas already because you were with me when we bet it. So you got Texas live. I love that you could always check the time. It's now 8:15 here, 11:15 Eastern time. So that probably happened. We're 18 minutes in, probably about 15 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago. So about 8 o'clock, about 11 o'clock Eastern. Check your odds screen at Wager Talk and see how if we move that line. So yeah, I like Texas. Like I said, I like the Texas side already. That's why we bet it. Game first 5, Miami money line and run line, and then under Yankees and Toronto. Now I gave you the other groups that I share stuff with. I haven't bet these, but they did bet Winnipeg and Toronto in CFL. I talked about that yesterday. They bet Winnipeg -3 and 3.5, and they took Toronto +3. I don't see the market really reacting to those plays. I don't have much of an opinion. I like the Winnipeg play. If I would have found 3, I probably would have bet it. But at 3.5, I'm in no rush. I just think there's much better bets on the board, especially just tomorrow in UFC. I already have, I think, 4 or 5. Now what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 4% plays, and one of them being upgraded to a 5%, and they're all sides. I haven't even gotten to the props. And after going over a lot of these props in depth with my man Lucrative, after we turn the recording off, like I'm going to have some more props. I always say it. I'm in search of plus EV information. I check my ego at the door. If you're a winning bettor, I want your stuff. I want to move your stuff. I want to piggyback your stuff. And I want to be able to then share it with my partners so they can make money off it too. I'm shameless when it comes to that. Like if my man Lucrative gave me 10 winners on totals and props, and I'm a bet them and release them. If I agree with them, obviously. And all due respect, I know his guys, he already got down. He got the best number. His guys got the best number. So now it's up to me to see if they're still EV. And anyone in the game for real is cool with that. Like I don't even have to ask him because we've talked enough that I know he's legit and in the game. So, you know, if you're in the life, you understand. You understand. Like me, I don't get pissed about anybody giving out my stuff because once I bet it and get my guys down at the best number and myself down at the best number and my subscribers down at the best number, dude, after that, anybody else could do what they want with it. I don't get pissed. I don't get pissed at all. So I gave you that too. Miami, Philadelphia, you know, I like the under. And I actually think I made that a 4% play. Just to let you know, All right. Let me see if something came in for you guys. It's just too much love. Even though we're losing viewership, it's just too much love to not give you guys so much. It's so hard. It's so hard. Because I want you to win so badly. So freaking badly. Okay. WNBA, the group that does WNBA, I didn't bet it. They took Phoenix -10. Phoenix -10. I like them actually. I lean that side. I do. We haven't been crushing the WNBA, you know. Now it's 10.5. See, so it probably was a good play. Wow. And they're even charging 15 cents. Wow. We may bet this. Actually, I may lay the 10.5. Because I do see Bet Online was at 11, up to it at 11. I'm just going to check if we should buy the hook at 10.5. There's some numbers in NBA, WNBA that actually should cost -121, 122, and we could get them for 120. I always do that. All right, so let's look at some of those questions and comments from yesterday real quick, so I could get you guys out of here. Oh, do we got another play? Nah, just a thank you. Just a thank you. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Dava Bets 5919. Thank you. God bless America is right. And that is my goal. It truly is. It's to inspire young sports bettors and young men and women who are starting off their journey in life of being responsible, being fiscally, economically, monetarily responsible, how to save money, how to put that money to work for you, because you can't save yourself the wealth. I found that out. Like nobody makes enough money. Like I know I'm in the top earners on the planet because again, that's not a brag. Please don't take it as a brag. It's just, I know what my yearly money is. And I know what the average around the world is. So, and I can't save myself the wealth. I've had to invest. And I tried to inspire young people because I didn't do that. Like if you could start now at 25 years old, 30 years old, your 40, 50-year-old self is going to thank you more than you could ever freaking imagine. And I promise you, if you are blessed with health, if God blesses you with good health and a long life, and I hope he does, I hope all of you are blessed with health and a long life, then I promise you, your 40s and your 50s will get here. And you want to be able to thank your younger self for doing right by you then. You don't want to be like, oh shit, now I have to. And if you want to take it up another step, start working out and eating well. Your 40s and 50s will thank you if you get in shape, if you're stronger. Those things matter. And we're told the opposite. Like they don't teach us how to make money or what to do with money once we get it in school. They don't even teach us how to be healthy. So I try to inspire. I do. And try to share my experiences and the mistakes I made, hoping others don't make them, could avoid them. And I know most are going to have to learn them themselves, but at least if when they do, hopefully like they remember Ace was, damn, that happened to him. This is how he got out of it. Like maybe I can help along those ways. But like I said, I want to inspire people and let them know you can win. I came here with $600, 2 suitcases, nobody waiting for me. I've been kicked out of apartments, had my electric shut off. I've driven a cab. I've worked at a pizza store for $5 an hour. I've waited on tables. I've had no shame in any of that, All of that made me the man I am today, got me to where I am today, to where I'm proud of myself and what I'm able to do in my accomplishments. So we're all going to have our own journey. Mine was a little longer and difficult than most, but thank you, Deba Betts, for that. And I hope I continue to help inspire you and help push you along on the right way, at least build the right foundation for your gambling. Philly Connection, love you, Sterling Ferguson. Thank you, my man. Love my city. All right. Tank Night Riders. I'm a longtime bettor, and I wish I had you as the godfather of my life sooner. I wish I was doing more stuff too, man. Having a mentor, I don't mean to talk shit. Like, again, not an infomercial or anything like that, but I say that all the time. I wish I had me 25, 30 years ago. Like this version of me, mentoring me, taking me by the hand. Oh my God, my life would have been so much easier. The heartache, the anxiety, the stress, the like all the bad I could have avoided so easily had I just employed patience and understanding and not been so compulsive, impulsive, and childish. Had I just grown up quicker, the things I could have done. And I love also what my man Tank Night Rider says. He said, I plan to partner with you once I build a sufficient bankroll. Already excited by the prospect. That's what I want. I don't want you to partner with me underfunded. I don't want you to bet from a position of weakness. It's like I pushed people yesterday. I got asked that question by someone who, with his $1,000, how could he buy weekly at 119? I said, don't do it. It's not sustainable. Like for your subscription to be profitable, I have to make a return on your capital of 20% a week. I can't do that. Like I cannot do that. Sure, there's weeks we've done it. Just this past week, we've gotten 30% over the last 7 days, but I can't sustain that. So ultimately, you will lose your money to your bookie with my winning information. That's a mathematical certainty that neither of us are going to be able to overcome. So that's why I urge you guys. I say that from the bottom of my heart, that I don't want you to waste a penny with me if you're not ready to take this on the way I do it. And if you're not ready to treat it like a business, so it pays like a business the way I do it. Otherwise, I'm going to disappoint you. And I don't want to do that. And I sure as hell don't want you to lose your bankroll. Like I said, I'm sure there's a children's hospital within 5 miles of where we live. Any of you live. Take that money, go to that hospital, hand it out to families. You'll feel so good. You'll feel so good. You'll help so many people, so many lives, compared to just giving it to your bookie. When you're over betting your edge that much, it's a mathematical certainty. It's not even my opinion. It's a fact. You will not win. Your risk of ruin is about 100%. You will be ruined. And that's why I love what you're saying, Tank Night Rider. You don't take on a venture like this until you're prepared. 0.5% are profitable. 1 out of every 200 people that bet every single day actually make money doing this. I'm one of them. And I want all my subscribers also to reflect my results. But if they're underfunded, if they're not following the blueprint, that's not going to happen. That will not happen. And I don't want to take on that responsibility. My man, thank you, Joseph Mendoza. Thank you, sir. 1399. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm proud of the segment as well. And Coon Fame bets, I will. That makes sense. My man said, put my modem on the first floor. See, a technician even came out here and he didn't say that. He said to put out on these, like, you buy these things that it bounces off them and shit like that. Bro, that's not my problem. You go buy that shit and put it up on my walls. I'm paying for internet. I'm not paying to install freaking panels and be an electrician. That's not my job. That's your job. So thank you for telling me the signal works like a dome, so it'll go up, kind of like heat rises. Thank you. Michael Prophet, you like this tenacity? Dude, I just love what I do. I love what I do. I'm so passionate about it. Like, I don't need drugs. This is my drug. It really is. Like, I have people think I'm all wired and shit like that because I have this kind of energy. The truth is, the only drug I even do now, I don't even drink, is I'll smoke a little weed. And that's to slow me down because I do have such a nervous disposition. I am so wired. Like, it'll make me a little even, you know, but there's times for that because it does make you lazier or less ambitious, or I like to enhance an experience, to enhance it, like going to have a nice meal, going to watch a nice movie, going to hang out with your girl, like something like that, or your whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's 2024. So whoever you're hanging out with, again, to each his own, baby, to each his own. I say, let people do whatever the fuck they want. Just don't infringe on my shit. All right. You're very welcome, Bridget. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget Waters, 5180. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And please, please, please stay bet sizing the same. And I'm going to give you more winners than losers, Bridget. I will do that over a long sample size. I'm giving you the stuff I'm giving my subscribers that turned the profit 8 of the last 9 years and should be 9 and 9. And I will win this year as well. So it'll be 9 out of the last 10 years. And again, should be 10 of 10. And I'll give enough plays. Like today, I gave 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave like 5 plays. You'll have a big enough sample that we will be profitable, but you're going to have to manage your risk on your own. So I say keep everything at like 1% or 0.5% of your bankroll. So, you know, if you have $500, bet $5. Bet $5 on everything. $5, $5, $5, $5. You're never going to sweat a game, a day, a week, or anything like that. And when all the dust settles, you'll make some money. And no matter what you make off 500, that's good. That's good. It's what kind of businesses can we start with $500? Not many. And most of them, the overhead alone is going to take it all. So this is something you can do with just $500. With $1,000, bet $10 on what I'm giving out. Just bet $10. Do it for 6 months and see what happens. That's all. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? All right. Farazi, translate the English. So English is my second language. So I know I make a lot of grammar errors and speaking errors, and I mispronounce words or anything like that. I try my best. A lot of people think I may be lying, but it's true. It is. When I went to school, when I was 4 years old, I knew yes, no, that's it. I knew nothing else, no other words. Like every other word. To where my sister, with the same situation, they thought she was deaf. Crazy story, true story. Her first grade teacher thought she was deaf, and they gave her like a hearing test and stuff because they would be calling on her and she didn't even know what they were saying. So she wouldn't even look or turn around. Seriously. And they thought she couldn't hear. So yeah, English is our second language. My parents came straight from Greece. My brother and my sister were born there. Thank you, K Philly Steamer. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go, Macy. Chippy Lar, we're on the same side there. I wish I would have took her as an underdog. Wish I would have took her as an underdog. The only thing I'm afraid of, she's going to have to avoid getting submitted. Buena Silva, but that's where she's dangerous in later rounds. Like what I'm afraid of is Macy Chiason's going to, someone put out a great quote yesterday during that live stream. One of these fighters is going to win the minutes. The other one's going to win the moments. I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal it. I don't know who the gentleman was, but it was excellent. And I wish I knew so I could give you credit. If you are watching this, make sure you hit me up on Twitter. So I do give you credit for that. Because I do think Macy wins the minutes. She's going to outland her. She's going to have a lot more control. But I think it'll be Buena Silva who wins the moments. May land the bigger shot. May have her in a sub that is really tight. And that's what scares me, that Chiasson could be winning rounds 1 and 2 where we're like, just get us to the decision and we're gold. But Buena Silva slap on that submission in the third. So we're on the same side there with the Chiasson side. We're definitely on the same side. But maybe sprinkle a little Silva by sub, just a little, just because my man yesterday, we talked about it. He actually brought that point up. He thought that, and it made perfect sense. Can you please add chapters if possible? I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry. I'm not technically savvy. Maybe tell Wager Talk because they handle this, like the editing and all that. Like I said, my girl even sets up the computer where I just have to press record, and then she sends it to him and does all that stuff. Me too. Yuri Alex too. I'm so pumped, Chippy. I'm so pumped. All right. All right. Rick says, how many bet? Thank you. You're the man, baby. Rick Homie 20. How many bets should someone have tied up at once? 1K bankroll, $10 a unit. How many units should I have tied up in the day? 3, 4 bets might be a tough question to answer because it varies. That's the key. It does vary. You can't go in saying, I'm looking to make 3 bets today. I'm looking to make 5 bets today because the market may not offer 5 bets to us, may not offer 3 bets to us. What you need to do is be selective, meaning have conviction that you have an edge. And every time you have that, you have to bet it. The only way you'll know if you were right is a few months from now, after you've made enough bets that you have a sample size. And based on your results, you'll know whether you were right back then and those lines were inefficient. If you're down a bunch of money after 1,000 bets, then you were wrong. They weren't. Those lines were not inefficient. That's the only way you're going to know. But as long as you're bet sizing correctly, you have that, you say that $1,000 bankroll and you're betting $10, you're betting 1% on each play. You could bet 20 freaking games a day. You bet 30 games a day. You got to go 0-30 to lose 30% of your bankroll. Like I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's not probable. The probabilities are low of going 0-30. That's why bet sizing correctly. At that, you have 1,000 units. Your risk of ruin is 1%. As long as you bet plus EV stuff, you're going to double your bankroll 99 out of 100 times. The only thing you have to understand is that $10 at a time to double $1,000 bankroll is going to take you a while. So unless you want it to take 10 years, you're going to need volume because you're not going to want to increase bet size. That increases risk of ruin. So you're going to need volume. You're going to want to place 10 to 20 bets a day. That's how you're going to double that bankroll 99 out of 100 times. But to do that, you need plus EV information in volume, which is why I deal with multiple betting syndicates. I don't just work with one. So I get multiple markets and sports. I need volume because I have that edge. All right. All right. Looks like that's about it. Like I say, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, an even better weekend. I got this out. Wow. Within 40 minutes. Went longer than I wanted to. Gonna take a little shorter nap, but guys, have a great day. Again, see you at the expo. Big weekend ahead. UFC 303 live from T-Mobile Arena tomorrow. And I'll make sure to get one of these up for you bright and early. I'll give a little of those MMA gold for you and everything else as well. Thanks again for your support. And please smash that like button, share this, comment, give me some questions. Bring it. I love you guys. Late.